All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live at the Phoenix Raceway for the LS Tractor 200. It's going to be a fun race, hopefully. We'll see how things are going to go here today. For those of you that don't know or did not watch last night's race, we are coming in off a top 10 finish in the last race of the career mode at the Auto Club Speedway. Good strategy race for us there. We saved that extra set of tires in case we got a late race caution. We got the late race yellow with about 18 laps to go. So we had 10 lap pressure tires from the caution prior to that to the end of the race. And we were able to work our way up to the 10th position in doing so. So coming in off the top 10, 2 top 10s on the first 3 races, pretty solid. We need a top 25 finish both here at Phoenix today and at Atlanta tomorrow. Or tonight, depending on what time this race ends. Maybe we can get a doubleheader in. But we'll have to wait and see. That is for a $60,000 incentive bonus from our contract, which is I almost say Capital One, Credit One Bank. The other, yeah, you get the point. Credit One Bank is our sponsor, not Capital One. I don't know why I was about to say Capital One. So, are we going to win today? I don't think so. Not in this race, at least. So we have a really slow race car. I actually qualified better than what I've qualified at any other racetrack. I qualified 30th. It looks like we're starting 27th, so we got 3 drivers that are dropping back to the rear. The reason why I don't think that we're going to be anywhere close to a win, for one, our best car we ever brought to the track was at Auto Club last night. We finished 10th, and that was pretty much all we had. We did lead a couple laps. We actually led more laps in that race than what we did at Daytona, where we led 2 laps. Led 5 in the last race, but a lot of that was because we stayed out and led extra laps due to not pitting under the caution, and we ended up getting a caution at the right time. So the caution game definitely played out for us. Lenny Lassiter, Blake Barnes, welcome to the stream. We're quickly just going to hop on into this race. Again, it's going to be a lot of fun. Michael Annette, Jeff Green, and Mike Harmon will all be dropping to the rear of the field. I say you get a top 15. That would be a win. Remember, we do not have a short track chassis. This is our super speedway chassis on a short track at Phoenix. Therefore, there are mismatch penalties in the engine, aero, and suspension department. We are under 80 for all of them. Green flag in the air. We're underway here at Phoenix, 200 miles, 200 laps of racing tonight. Noah Gregson starting on the pole, trying to get his first win of the young season. Schneider just basically trying to hang on in the early going. Contact with Jeffrey Earnhardt, maybe pushing a little too wide off turn 2, and Earnhardt slides the tires into turn 3 now.
Got one outside now.
That's already making up massive ground on the opening laps. Schneider already lost 6 spots on lap 1. Product of the fact that he had his best qualifying effort, which was only 30th, but I just don't see that translating to anything in this race today. Jackson Thomas, welcome to the stream. Idea, just try to stay in the lead lap just like we did at Fontana yesterday. Maybe we can have some good luck on our side again with good timing cautions. Oh, Schneider just crowded Fincham, and Fincham might go around. Great save by Chad Fincham. Oh, Schneider about chopped him off again off the exit of turn 2. I don't think Fincham's very happy with Keegan Schneider with the contact that were made as Schneider pinched him down not once but twice in turns 1 and 2.
Hold your line, got one inside.
Patrick Shadley, welcome to the stream. I kind of dreaded this race today, too. I'm up for the challenge, but I knew we weren't going to be fast. Monster Jam X10, welcome to the stream. Again, we got a super speedway chassis. The reason why I didn't go with a speedway chassis for this is because the next race is at Atlanta, and we only have one speedway chassis in the garage. So I was saving it there. So we're going to be really fast at Atlanta. We're just not going to be fast at all here today, as you can already see. Back to last, way off the pace. Keegan Schneider in the opening laps, but Noah Gregson from the pole has led every lap early on. James Knighton, welcome to the stream. Indeed, Martinsville is on Saturday. So our podcast, because I work on Saturdays, is going to be on Friday night. No, I think Thursday would be better because I don't work Thursday. We'll have more time for it on Thursday too. So we're going to move the podcast up instead of being on race day. Me having to work on Saturdays, we'll just end up having our fantasy podcast on Thursday this week. I think that'll be more doable. Because I'm not even going to be able to go golfing. I'll probably get home maybe in less than an hour and a half before the race starts. And we're live streaming the race, so not going to go back to back. Going to have to give myself something to eat before the race starts. But yes, we are doing a full race live reaction / broadcast to the Cup race on Saturday night at Martinsville. The race is on Fox Sports 1 this week, so that's a large part of the reason for why I'll be doing it. Lucas Casa, welcome to the stream. Good evening indeed. Schneider's 5 seconds already back of Chad Fincher, who he held up there for the opening couple laps. This is just not going to be a good race for Schneider. He's got to find a way to get a top 25, though, to keep that incentive contract alive. Because he knows he can finish top 25 at Atlanta. That's where he got his first Truck Series win of his career. I'm not saying he's going to get the Xfinity win. He doesn't have the same equipment necessarily that he had in the Truck Series even early in his truck career, but we'll see. Shorter race too, that's only 250 miles. One of the shorter Xfinity races of the season. This one is as well, but only 200 laps. Gregson's easily going to put him a lap down. He's 10 seconds behind the 32nd place car of Josh Bilicki. Schneider's just saving his tires right now, though. Not worried about going down to the apron. He's trying to collect all the data he can for stage 1. He did loosen the car up a little bit in practice and tighten it back up because it was too loose on the long run. So he tightened it up for qualifying. He kept that qualifying setup in the race car. Here comes Gregson to the outside. Schneider's not going to race him hard. He's just going to let him go. He's going to try to stay out of everybody's way today. And Gregson is absolutely pulled away from second on back, and he laps his first car of the race. Schneider goes a lap down on lap number 11. Downloaded the NASCAR Heat 3 demo this morning. Okay. Throwback. The NASCAR Heat series. Yeah, Schneider's going to go to the apron now, mainly to get out of everybody's way as they race around him. How about Ray Black Jr. running very good? That would be an upset win for him. 3 wide, and Schneider's just trying to take it easy. He's trying to race everybody clean and not upset anybody. And just try to stay out of trouble and outlast as many DNFs as he possibly can today. Assuming we end up getting some.
Inside. You're all clear on the bottom there.
Major Kenneth Withrow, welcome to the stream.
Hold your line, got one inside.
Can't use the wall here at Phoenix. It's not like what you saw at Phoenix earlier this season. There's no PJ1, so we can't use the outside like we saw the Cup and Xfinity cars doing during the Phoenix race this season. You have to stick the bottom of the racetrack. There's not really a whole lot of grip on the outside, and that's not going to make up any difference either. But we just have a majorly slow race car. Hopefully, we have a lot more speed for the Championship 4 race if we do make it to the Championship 4. Again, that's going to be a miracle of itself this season. Diamond Jeff, welcome to the stream. things happen on the channel before, though. If he could just remain one lap down, though,
Hold your line, got one
it
out.
won't be that bad depending on how many cautions we get. Maybe he can somehow get the free pass position later today.
Car there on the
Snyder's
outside.
already looking to the next track on the schedule at Atlanta. He quickly wants this race to get over as quick as possible. Ethan, welcome to the stream. Top 9 have already passed him. I knew it was going to be bad. I didn't think it was going to be this bad. I didn't think we were going to go lap down at lap 11, but we are a back marker car. So, and the fact we've gotten 2 top 10s in the first 3 races, I know one of them was Daytona, but still, and then a strategy race to do it at Fontana to finish 10th. Got to take what we can get here early in the season. I mentioned it was going to be hard even to get top 10s the first 10 races of the year. The fact that we got 2 of them in the first 3 races is just insane. There's 10 seconds off championship. Shadow's racing for 25th today, though. That's the goal, to keep this contract incentive bonus alive. That $60,000 bonus that he can get from his primary sponsor of Credit One Bank. I mean, that would just be huge.
Got a car low now.
They can get it done. Gonna need a little bit of help, obviously. Feedback marker's cool, yeah. That way when we do get good, with the same team throughout the course of the season, hopefully we get good this season. Compete for wins by the end of the year. At least be competitive if we do make the playoffs. Anthony Hanley, welcome to the stream. A lot of 2 wheels and seats for Heat 5 today. Gotcha.
Inside.
Yeah, a buddy of mine just got a new Logitech steering wheel for NASCAR Heat 5. I don't know why he got it for NASCAR Heat 5 when the next NASCAR game's coming out. I think he had intentions of getting a PS5, so hopefully it's compatible for both for his sake. 11 people watching and already 8 likes, so thanks everybody for hitting that like button and joining in here tonight and joining the struggle. Schneider's still loose. He tightened this car up going into qualifying. It's still sliding everywhere. So he's definitely going to have to tighten it up a little bit more. And he is likely going to easily go 2 laps down this stage unless we get a caution.
Got one down low now.
He's not getting faster in the longer run because of how loose it is. Stuck on the high side as Tommy Joe Martin's Riley Herbst have gotten around him.
Still there.
Flirting with the inside wall in turn 3. I know. I purposely am, though. I'm taking that corner deep. Take the Keselowski line through the dog leg right here, too. Trying to make up whatever sort of time we can. We're saving the tires pretty well. A lot of it's because of how loose the car is. So even though it's a flat racetrack and you can see a decent amount of tire wear on that right front, not so much. We're just past halfway through stage 1. 45 laps in the first stage, 45 in stage 2, with 110 in the final stage tonight. Yeah, for this 200-lap, 200-mile race. Looking ahead to Atlanta. Hopefully this race gets done in a decent time tonight that we can run our Atlanta race. That'll be pretty cool.
We got 20 more laps.
Wonder how many cars Noah Gregson's lapped anyway. I mean, when he got to Schneider earlier, he already had a massive lead. He's led every lap of this race from the pole. Noah Gregson's got a bad, fast race car today. We've had 3 different winners in the first 3 races of the season. Michael Annette coming in off a win at Fontana last night at the Auto Club Speedway. The race before that, Chase Briscoe won at Las Vegas, and Brandon Jones won the season opener at Daytona. Gragson leading now could be the 4th different winner in the first 4 races. Only 12 drivers make the playoffs in the Xfinity Series, and it's a 26 race long regular season like the Cup Series with 4 less spots available because it's a shorter playoffs. Only 7 playoff races versus the 10, so that's why only 12 drivers are in. Yeah, again, I'll run a doubleheader depending on what time this gets done because I still have to work tomorrow. Worst case scenario, we just run a doubleheader tomorrow because I won't have to work on Thursday. So if we don't get it tonight, we will tomorrow. I want to run a doubleheader tonight, mainly because of how badly I knew we were going to be in this race, and this is just going to be a struggle. Trying to ride this thing out for all 200 laps tonight. Second in your late model race. Nice, nice. Trying to defend that championship. Are you still in the same series, by the way, Anthony?
Stay high up here.
Out of curiosity. We should finish 6th in modifieds. Haven't seen her on the channel yet in a while, too. Well, I see you popping in from time to time. I know, obviously, you're busy with racing and everything. That makes sense. Go get them. Go get them. I think it's just cool to see you guys. You know, even if people do take a break, they always come back. And that means a lot. We haven't forgotten. I don't know what kind of talking points we're going to have tonight, but we're going to have to figure out something here because Schneider's already about to go 2 laps down in stage 1. Gragson way further back. Same as last year. Nice. Yeah, hopefully he can repeat. I can't remember, too. Is it like a certain track championship, or is it like an actual series championship in the area you're racing in? Really doesn't want to go 2 laps down, but he's not going to have much of a choice here after so long. Hopping down to the apron, trying to buy himself a little bit of time, but here comes Noah Gragson. And Gragson's got to get underneath Schneider. Schneider slips slowly up the racetrack in turns 1 and 2. One's trying to stay in that free pass position. Gragson has lapped a lot of cars right now, and Schneider's the first to go 2 laps down. He's slowly starting to run back on Colby Howard and Chad Fincham towards the rear of the field. Taking a while to get there, but he is getting there. About 5 to 5.5 seconds back. The problem is we're only going to have 10 laps to go in the stage this time by, so I still don't know if they're even going to catch him. Broken wrist. I'm guessing broken wrist in an accident. Or was it? Hopefully it was in an accident. You don't want to, like, you know, wish the bad luck, but hopefully it was in an accident, not doing something stupid off the racetrack. That's all you can hope for. Travel between West Virginia, Virginia, and North Carolina. Gotcha. Talk over-under for laps down for Keegan Schneider. Well, we're 2 laps down in stage 1, and this is only 45 laps. We'll probably lose 2 more laps in stage 2. And then, I mean, we're going to get some cautions eventually, you would think. Ideally, if a caution came out before the end of the stage and everybody pitted, Schneider can get one of his laps back with the wave around. They just pit at the stage break. Justin Haley, second place car, battling Chastain, I believe, for second. Both those culling cars are still winless this year. Austin Cindric closing in as well. What she calls a racing accident. Hopefully it wasn't retaliation. That would be that'd be probably the biggest double whammy of all time. Injure yourself in a race car trying to wreck somebody else. I wonder if anybody's ever done that before. Somebody's had to have done it before, but might catch Colby Howard.
Careful.
It's only stage 1, that's the problem. Michael Turner, welcome to the stream, by the way. Oh boy, Schneider's
Inside.
big power slide getting into turn 3.
Time to go. This time back.
Going even lower through the dogleg. The car's so slow that I can handle the race car down that low into the corner and actually get it backed up in time by the time we get into turn 1. Not overdriving it at all. Definitely going to tighten it up. I think that'll make the race car a little bit faster. And unbelievably, Justin Haley has caught Noah Gragson. Gragson is struggling in the lap traffic. I wonder if Schneider can get his lap back here. Oh, we got a car slow in the wall, in the dogleg. Cars are scattering all over the place. It's Gragson in the 9. Problems for Noah Gragson, and that is how he lost the lead. Schneider slides up into Colby Howard. And Gragson, who has dominated stage 1, is done for the day.
Got one up top.
That's a tough break for him.
Got one peeking outside.
Schneider keeps trying to chip away at Colby Howard. 3 laps to go in stage 1. And we have a heated battle for last place in the final laps of stage 1. Well, at least Schneider's going to get ahead of Gragson, who's still on pit road, just passes Howard for position. Now it's a battle for second to last. 2 laps to go in the stage, and Justin Haley is pulling away. I was wondering why Haley slowed down. He was slowing down to try and get around the 9 of Gragson, who was blowing up. But Gregson's still on pit road, some major issues. And Noah Gragson's day has come to an end after starting on the pole and leading over the first 40 laps of the race. And unfortunately, it's still stage 1, so he's not even going to get any stage points despite having a fast car and leading a lot of laps early. Tough break.
All right, let's go. White flag.
Final lap of the stage. Chad Fincham's not that much further ahead of Keegan Schneider as well, but I don't think Schneider's going to catch him for 33rd. Not like there's any stage points on the line, so it's not really going to matter. Joey Logano fan 22, welcome to the stream. And he closed the gap quite a bit there through turns 3 and 4, but couldn't get around Fincham. Justin Haley will win stage 1, his second stage win of the season, first in stage 1 at Daytona. And how about one of the colleague cars maybe going to victory lane today? They finished 1-2 in the opening stage. Well, Cindric got around Chastain, which he did, it looked like. Oh, Chastain was a lap down, never mind. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, he fell lap down 19th. Only 16 drivers will be on the lead lap. Clements gets the free pass during the stage break. And no caution in stage 1 despite Justin Haley having those issues. And we're going to put a round and a half of wedge in the race car right now. Race with thumbs up instead of wrapping around the steering wheel. Yeah. I'm trying to think how I was racing in go-kart. I mean, that's what you're taught. I'm just trying to think if... I know I've jammed my thumbs before in accidents, but I've never actually, like, broken my wrist or hand or anything like that. Justin Haley won the race off pit road, by the way, so he'll restart from the lead. It's all a comfort thing, too. I mean, if you've never gotten hurt before and that's the way you race, I mean, it's going to be tough to change that on the fly. Race car driver's not comfortable. It's never really a good sign. But yeah, I wish her the best of luck. As well as yourself as well. I just cannot believe how slow this race car is. It's still a little loose, which is fine early in the run, but we'll have to see as that air pressure starts to build. The car's just going to continue to slide around. The sun's out, we're out in the desert, it's probably going to be hot. Well, that's likely played a factor as well. And it's at least outlasted Gregson. And depending on what pit strategies could come for, and we have a caution. For the first time today, early in stage 2, caution will wave. And I believe it is Timmy Hill who has an issue. Free pass goes to Ryan Sieg in 17th. Fast forward now to the restart. No pit stops for anybody outside of Timmy Hill and Matt Mills, who are already one lap down. I believe Timmy Hill was the cause of the caution. Maybe Mills had a little damage along with it. That's very well possible. Green flag back in the air. Trevor Grimes, welcome to the stream. Schneider chopped the nose off of Matt Mills in the 5. Trying to get to the inside lane. Restarting on the top. These two have about 5 lap pressure tires.
Hold your line, got one inside.
Mistake getting into turn 3 there by Schneider as well. Try to lose only 1 lap before the end of the stage. Well, that caution's going to help. And then, I mean, we had nothing for Gregson, but now Gregson's out of the race too, and he clearly had the fastest car, at least early. So I think the combination of those two things are going to help us likely only finish 1 lap down versus 2 laps down in stage 2, but that's still going to put us 3 laps down overall. At least there's other drivers 2 laps down that we can race with. Try to hope that more guys go on the same lap as us. It's going to be hard, though, with how slow we are compared to the rest of the field. Justin Haley is the new man out in front after Noah Gragson blew an engine while leading late in stage 1. He led about the first 41 laps before Haley jumped to the lead. Now Haley, after winning stage 1, stealing the stage win, has not looked back. Strategy could come into play with the tires as well. We know for a fact there's going to be a pit stop at the end of the stage, and then they will have to pit at least once in the final stage as well. Schneider might have something up his sleeve. You never know. Could you imagine if we stayed out to take the wave around that last stage and then we would have gotten a quick caution just a couple laps in? That would have been a very, very big risk, especially with stage 1 going caution-free. That's why I didn't even want to take the risk. I wouldn't have thought something like that was going to happen, but it ended up actually happening. If we can do something like that, that could trap ourselves a lap ahead of the guys who are racing. We might actually have a better chance of finishing in the top 25. I think it's just too early to try that. It's too early to try that gamble. That's something we need to do like late in the race, so that way if we lose, you know, it's at least we gave ourselves the shot late versus putting ourselves in a situation where if it doesn't pan out early, we're never going to come back from it, especially with the lack of speed in this 99 car. No, we don't even have good... Blake, that was exactly true for our race last night at Fontana, but we do not have any sort of speed at all. Like, even on the long run, yeah, it gets faster on the long run, but it's not fast at all. I mean, we're barely even able to get to 33rd. And that's only because Gregson's out. It would have been 34th. We've got nothing for these guys. It's going to be a strategy game just to get a top 25. It might be my proudest top 25 ever if we get it done, though. Because I know we can definitely get it done at Atlanta. I feel really confident going into Atlanta that we can at least get a top 10. Maybe even a top 5 for the first time in our career. A win, it's going to really depend. If somebody just comes out blazing fast like Gregson did today, can make it to the end of the race, then I don't think we're going to really challenge for the win. Even Justin Haley's got a lot of speed too, though. That 11 car. Well, 2 races, 4 stages and 2 dirt races. How many races in are you? Really just hoping Haley should only lap him once. If he gets another caution, that'd be huge because then he might not even go a lap down at all at stage number 2 if we get another caution. Haley's definitely coming. He'll get to Schneider in about, I'd say, 2 to 4 laps. That window that Haley will put Schneider a 3rd lap down today. Again, you never know what's going to happen. Schneider just ran his fastest lap of the race, 28.547. Remember, they made an adjustment. They put a round and a half of wedge into the car to help tighten it up. Way too loose, especially on the older tires as stage 1 went on. And that's likely helping the race car with running his fastest lap of the race that last time by. That should definitely help as well. He fell about 10 seconds behind Howard before running him down. He's only 6.5 back currently. And again, some of that is the caution. Here comes Justin Haley. Off turn 2. That is not just going to let him go like he did earlier, but if he gets alongside of him, he's just going to blow right around Schneider. Without a doubt. 20 laps to go now in stage 2. Also helping just in case. Haley gets to the outside. Schneider drove it in deep. Haley just kept his preferred line and gasses it up and clears Schneider off turn 2. Nothing for him. And now we get the caution. Unbelievable. Caution is out about a half a corner after Schneider just lost another lap. Talk about terrible luck. Complete polar opposite of how the cautions played last night in Fontana. Now Schneider's the only driver 3 laps down. And that's why he was trying to block Haley. He just couldn't block him long enough. Second caution of the night. He's going to stay out, conserve his tires. That is unbelievable. But we'll rack him and stack him. We got a couple other drivers middle of the pack. Green flag back in the air. Talk about taking all the wind out of what little sail we had. 18 laps to go in stage 2. Well, I guess technically 15. Schneider's going to get split 3 wide. He had a little contact with Matt Mills on the inside lane. Washed Schneider up a little too wide. Shot to the back of Josh Balicki in the middle of turns 3 and 4, hopping all the way down to the bottom. 3 wide as they go into turn 1. Oh, Schneider slid up the track right into Colby Howard. Took it 3 wide to the inside and very deep cut into the dog leg. He's not even racing anybody at this point. Tommy Joe Martins, I believe, is out of the race after that last accident, so at least that's another position for Keegan Schneider. Up to 34th. Maybe we'll get 9 more drivers to DNF. It's asking for a lot, but you never know. Cautions are definitely flying a little bit more rapidly, though. Roberto Sandoval, welcome to the stream. We have 4th if needed. Awesome. It's an inside story. You guys aren't gonna know what we're talking about. Justin Haley, though, has led every lap in the stage, even with the couple restarts we've had. 3, really, if you include the actual restart after the stage break.
To go.
10 laps to go, stage 2. Problem is, too, with that caution, Schneider might have to take the wave around at the stage break. I think that's going to be the best option for him to have a chance at a 25th place finish at least, is to try to get back on the same lap as him. 4th kilo of baby diapers. Yeah, that's it. Justin Sozio, welcome to the stream. What? I've said the F-bomb a couple times before on the channel. It's very rare that I actually break character with the realistic broadcast. But that's usually, it's not because of what actually happens on the racetrack, it's like the glitchiness of the game that throws it off. I remember one time we DNF'd under caution in this game.
Stay low.
I don't know how. Caution came out, we restarted, and we just DNF'd for whatever reason. It was at New Hampshire. That was way back in the Chase Parade season with Jimmy Johnson, I believe. I do not. No, you want to talk about somebody that curses all the time? The guy telling the chat that Keegan curses all the time. That guy curses all the time. Another late stage lead change as Austin Cindric is just taking the race lead away from Justin Haley into turns 3 and 4 now. I believe they only have 5 laps to go in the stage as well. Point Schneider's just prepared to take the wave around during the stage break. Let's see. Now, if it was an actual broadcast real life, I would prevent myself from saying that. Also, if it was real life, I don't know what would actually make me say that. Like, it's not like I'm competing myself like I am with this game. Like, yes, I'm broadcasting, but I'm also competing. And not the real world will there ever be a glitch during the race that forces a driver to DNF for no apparent reason. I don't think it was Auto Club. I think it was the Indy Road Course. Because we had all those stupid penalties from running on the racetrack. It was giving us like, well, how many penalties did it come out to be? Like 8 or 9 course penalties that we got, and we didn't even cut. We cut the course once. One of those penalties were legit, and that was on lap 1, turn 1. I cut the corner, but every other time instead I cut the corner, I didn't even cut the corner. I wasn't even close to cutting the corner on half of them. I was like, I didn't even hit the curbing half the time. I was just on the inside groove, the normal line of the racetrack, and then it just gave me a penalty for whatever reason.
I need 2 more. It's on the left, man. Keep it going.
So Austin Cindric trying to hold on. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go in stage 2. Cindric looking for his second stage win of the season now. And he's stealing it away from Justin Haley late.
Stay on the bottom.
This guy does not have Tourette's, by the way. I'm just throwing that out there also.
Hold your line, stay high. No points that stage, but plenty of racing laps.
Top 10 just crossed the start-finish line. Austin Cindric is going to go on to win stage 2 here at Phoenix. Everybody's going to hit pit road during the stage break. Free pass is going to go to the 18th place car of Matt Mills, who pitted under the last caution, so that worked for him. Here to cause chaos. All right. So stage 3 will begin again 110 laps in the final stage of tonight's race.
Ready?
Green flag in the air. Austin Cindric leads the field to the green for the 3rd and final stage. Schneider did take the wave around, so he's back to 2 laps down, and he's hoping for a quick caution. Still got 3 fresh sets of tires he can put on the car. Wonder if he ends up choosing. I probably cuss more playing golf than anything else, to be honest. It just slips out, though. And it's not like after one bad shot, it's like if it piles on, I'm just, yeah. Anybody who's played golf would know what I'm talking about, probably. I should be more like, what's that guy? I can't remember what golfer it is. Like, he doesn't actually cuss. He has, like, all these code words for cussing. But, like, he'll say it so loud that, like, you can pick it up on the air, like, even over the crowd and everything. It's hilarious. Jim Furyk. That's who it is. Yeah, Jim Furyk does that. There's a couple compilations on YouTube of him doing it. It's just funny how loud and obnoxious it is, but he's not actually cussing. He's just got code words for it. Rod G, welcome to the stream. What's up, Keegan? Well, as far as this race goes, not a whole lot. We're riding around in 34th, and the only drivers we're ahead of are the drivers at DNF. And it's not because we have damage this time like it was at Vegas. This time it's simply because Schneider's got a slow race car. He does have old tires right now. He took the wave around during the stage break. What, does Allgaier do the same thing? I have no clue if Justin Allgaier does the same thing. I'm really liking Bryson DeChambeau though. Guy just blasts moonshots. Not only does that though, he still wins majors. It's definitely an advantage to hit the ball far, no matter what people say. Can't tell me it doesn't. That's one of the big things that I've had to help develop my game in the last couple of years, is that I'm getting more distance out of my driver. I'm having to use short irons more than long irons now for my second shots. And it's given me a better approach to the green. Like, so you can't say, like, yes, you can still golf just as good if you're really good with your long irons, but for my instance, I'm not as good with my long irons as what I am my short irons. So if I can get to a short iron or a wedge out from my second shot because I hit a 300 plus yard drive, then that works for me. I blasted a drive on par 5 today. I wasn't even trying to cut the pond, but the way I aimed, I have like a natural hook, and it went straight, but I still cleared the pond, and I wasn't even trying to. I ended up with I think it ended up 318 yards. And it was only 70 degrees today, too. And it was a crosswind, so it wasn't even like the wind was on my back either. I couldn't believe I just demolished the ball. It's something I really didn't have until last year. If I commit to working out on top of it, I can only imagine how much further that ball is going to go. Schneider's hoping and praying for a caution here. There's a good battle for the lead going on between Austin Cindric and Justin Haley still. But Schneider, after taking the wave around, is in deep, deep trouble if he doesn't get a caution very soon. Cindric still has a lead and he's closing in on him. 97 laps to go in the race. If we just get a caution, Schneider can hit pit road. He'll take his 4 tires then. He'll still have 2 sets left to the end of the race from there. He's going to block for a while because remember, he got passed in less than a half a lap later. We got the caution that he needed. Cut the dog leg again. It's actually Harrison Burton battling Austin Cindric now for the lead, and Schneider is hoping for a caution, and Burton's going to get to the outside of Cindric now. 2 wide. Slowest car in the field is holding him up. And Harrison Burton's going to take his first lead in the race. Good job for Harrison Burton. Schneider's going to go 3 laps down once again, and taking the wave around does not work here in stage 3. If only would have attempted that in the last stage. Hindsight is always 20/20. BM&J, welcome to the stream. I know, I get recommended if I'm going to, like, questions or even recommendations for iRacing, or if I'm going to do iRacing. I do plan on doing iRacing at some point in time. I just have no idea exactly when. I don't have any sort of setup. I'd have to buy a bunch of equipment. So it's not like I have the money to do it. I just don't feel like using the money to do that. Like, I'd rather spend the money to go to actual races and other sporting events like I have been over the last few years. And you know, if I get monetized, then maybe the YouTube money will go towards that.
Car there on the outside.
For sure. But yeah, for right now, as far as
Hold your line, got one inside.
what I'm spending my money on, I find spending the money on what I'm spending it on currently.
Car outside, hold your line.
I'll wait for an iRacing break.
Car high, careful there.
Yeah, Toyota was pretty slow when they first came to NASCAR in 2007, I believe.
Car there on the outside.
We did just jump to Toyota this year. I'm not blaming that on the reason why we're slow today, but it might be karma for dropping from the Ford development program going to TRD. Yeah, you get monetized at 1,000 subscribers and you need 4,000 hours of watch time, and I've got like, I'll have to check. I'll check during the next caution how many hours of watch time I have. I have well more than 4,000. I hit 4,000 hours of watch time like a couple months into having the channel. It was probably like during when COVID first started last year, like right around like April, May, about this time of the year, I easily hit 4,000. That wasn't hard. It's just trying to get the subscribers, and now we get another caution. Caution is out again, and Schneider just got trapped the third lap down. I mean, that's just unbelievable. He gets lapped, and within about 3 to 4 laps, twice now, we get a caution trapping him another lap down, but nobody else. Somebody might have got knocked out of the race with that accident, though. Free pass goes to Ross Chastain in 19th. Schneider's going to have to hit pit road. 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel coming for the 99 team. We'll have 3 sets of tires left the rest of the race. It's one of these races. $14 likes on the stream right now. Thanks for everybody hitting that like button. Do so if you haven't already. Green flag in the air. Nobody DNF'd after that last caution. That was our 3rd yellow of the race, and we go green now with just 86 laps to go.
Careful, still there. You got a car low now.
Hopefully we have another good turnout like we did with the live broadcast for Dirt Bristol. For the Martinsville race again this week. That helped a ton.
Still there.
I think I gained like 18 subscribers in one day. Mainly because of that stream when we got up to 63 viewers. That was a huge help. That was awesome. I was not expecting that by any means. I mean, we completely shattered our record of 39. Harrison Burton jumps to the lead on the restart once again. Huge pack of 3x3 racing here towards the back of the pack. All those guys on older tires are getting swamped by drivers on fresh tires. Most of the cars that pitted were a lap down, but there were some lead lap drivers that pitted as well. Oh yeah, Toyotas came to the Truck Series before they did Cup and Xfinity, yeah. Yeah, Toyota's been in the Truck Series for a while. They had pretty decent success out of the gate, too. A lot better than what they did in the Cup Series year 1, that's for sure. They at least look somewhat competitive. It's Crazy that they were in the truck series for as long as they were before they jumped the Cup. Three full years. Schneider will have a short track chassis at some point this season. Really focused on the intermediates right now, and if it wasn't for blowing that right front at Vegas, he wouldn't have needed to finish top 25 today in the first place, which is what he was banking on. And blowing that right front tire costing him a good finish, and he ended up 32nd. And today, Schneider's 3 laps down in this race. Where does he go from here? He's not racing anybody currently. Everybody else is 2 laps down or less. Maybe hope for another DNF or 2. I don't think we're going to get more than 2 or 3 more DNFs. That's even a lot for the final just over 80 laps of this race. Daniel Hemrick has just jumped to the lead in the 8 car. One of the drivers that pitted that were on the lead lap during that last caution. Everybody that did pit under the last yellow is still about 20 to 25 laps short on fuel. At least with only 3 cautions per incident, this is a pretty quick race pace. Again, we only have 79 laps left now, so there is a good chance that we can run the Atlanta race today. What overall car do you think you'll have at Atlanta? Well, we had a 79 at Fontana, and we got a top 10, but even though the strategy got us a top 10, we were still about a 16th to 18th place car at the end of the green flag run at Fontana. So we were still going to finish top 20. For Atlanta, speed-wise, I really do think on speed we can get a top 10. That's my best track in the NASCAR Heat Series. That's where we got our first career win in the Truck Series. We'll have an 85 on the engine, I know for a fact. Aero, I believe, is going to be 80, and suspension should be 80. I don't think I'm going to be able to upgrade to an 85 on the Aero before Atlanta. I'm hoping I can, but we're not going to get a good finish today, so I don't think we're going to get enough money. And our incentive bonus it's going to expire, so we're going to have to sign a new contract with Credit One Bank for an incentive bonus. We've already will have failed the first one this year unless Schneider can mount a comeback to get into the top 25 at the end of more spots. But just don't see that happening. Alternate through the different camera angles one final time in today's race. I used to race on both the wheel and the controller. I've been having problems with my wheel, so that's why for the career mode, and since we really relaunched NASCAR Heat 5, I've only been racing with the controller. But I would bounce back and forth pretty frequently. It's wanting to downshift at random points on me. Like, I'll just be randomly on the straightaway the downshift paddle will want to kind of stick sometimes, so it's not worth the risk.
Feel that?
Billy Kramer, welcome to the stream. Tell you what, with Hemrick being on those fresher tires, Schneider might go another lap down here if we don't get another caution. Keep happening over and over and over again.
Careful, still there.
Can't really get around Matt Mills to save his life right now either. Yeah, by the way, Patrick, if you're still watching, to go back on that over-under, I would have said 5. I guess I forgot to give an over-under for how many laps down we were going to be today. I would have said 5. So the fact that we're only 3 right now, with about 70 laps to go, is At least exceeding my expectations for the average that we were having there for a little bit. Although we are about to lose a 4th lap here in a couple laps if Schneider can't get around Matt Mills. And even then, I mean, leaders are running even faster than Mills, too. Mills is blocking, that's for sure. He's the last car in the lead lap at 19th. Taking the free pass during the last caution. Schneider hops to the apron. Oh my goodness, he almost took out the wall.
Careful.
Going through the dog leg. But it will allow him to get around Matt Mills. Oh, he forced himself clear, but he got around him anyway. Gotta go. Hemrick is closing rapidly. Braves lost today. 0-4, man. Yeah, I saw they got swept. Well, here comes Hemrick. Schneider's got a block. Over yellow. Slides the tires. No hope. He's got fresher tires, but Hemrick's just got a much faster race car. Jeremy Clements is trying to close on him. I believe Clements is in 2nd place. Well, Schneider's 4 laps down now. Really no sense of him even taking the wave around. Well, there is if we get some of these drivers that are 2 laps down to lose another lap, then Schneider can race them at 3 laps down if we get another quick yellow beyond that. But Schneider took fresher tires. But he didn't have fresher tires than everybody. Only some of the leaders, so that's why he's a lap down right now. Another lap down, I should say. 66 laps left. At least my Tigers won today, I'll give it that. I was on break at work, my 2:30, my 2:30 break is a 20-minute paid break. I got to watch the 4th and 5th inning of the Tigers and Twins game today. On one of the TVs in there. They got a few TVs in this big break room, so I flipped one of them to Detroit Sports. Valley Sports is what it's called now. But anyway, yeah, I flipped it to there, had the Tigers game on, watched the 4th and 5th, and then I have MLB on my phone, so I watched the I watched the bottom of the 9th. When I got off of work, they were going into the bottom of the 9th. They were tied 3-3. And I was listening to that all the way to the golf course. And by the time I was about to pull into the golf course, they hit a walk-off singles. So Tigers won extra innings in the 10th on a walk-off single. We're 3-2. Solid start. There's a lot of hype around the Tigers this year. Not for them to, be a playoff contender, but to maybe finish above 500, which is a huge win, considering the fact I guess you could say the last 4 seasons. No, last 5 seasons. I keep forgetting they didn't play 60 games last year. So if you count last season, with it being a short season, the last 5 seasons we've had below 500 records. And 3 of those, we've had a top 3 pick in the draft. Because of how bad we are. 3 seasons of 98 losses or more. It was a close game throughout, because when I watched in the 4th and 5th, the Tigers just tied the game in the 5th at 1. And then I didn't get to see how how both teams scored to make it 3-3. But yeah, I turned it on as soon as I clocked out, went to grab the rest of my lunch out of the refrigerator in the break room. Turned it on my phone, I saw they were going into the bottom of the 9th and tied. I was like, okay, we got a game on our hands here. So I was listening to that to the golf course. And the race we all dreaded is going to be coming to an end eventually, even though we still got a little bit of racing still left to go. No racing to behold here, though, for the 99er Schneider. He's just slow. I mean, even some of the drivers like Cindric who didn't pit is already past him anyway. This might even be worse than Vegas. This might be a career low finish unless we get 2 drivers to DNF. Closing laps. Yeah, this Dabu? No, Akil Badu is his name for the Tigers. He's one of the prospects from this small country in Africa that I've never heard of in my life. I know it starts with a T and that's it. So I don't know how they found out about this kid, but they found out about him. I don't know how long he's been in the Tigers organization. He's only 22 years old, and he has had like a movie-like start to the season. His first pitch ever in the major leagues on Sunday, he hit a home run, pinch hitting, late in the game, and it was actually clutch. No, it wasn't a clutch one. It was kind of mop-up duty. We got whooped 2 games in a row. We got whooped by the Indians, then we got whooped by the Twins. But anyway, it was mop-up duty. But first pitch he saw ever in the majors, hits a home run. And then his next at-bat in the next game, he hits a grand slam against the Twins late in the game when they were down like 15-1. But he hit a grand slam, came in, pinch hit again. They put him into pinch hit today again. This time it was in a meaningful game. We were tied 3-3 in the bottom of the 10th, and he hits a walk-off single. So the dude is 3 for 3 in his major league career with a walk-off single, a home run in his first pitch ever, and then a grand slam in his second at bat. So he's got 6 RBIs and 2 home runs in his first 3 career major league at bats, and he's 3 for 3.
Hold your line. Got one outside. You got room. You're clear.
Could it be a flash in the pan? Knowing the Tigers, it very well could be. But I'll tell you what, if this kid's going to be something, we need to lock him up. Heck, the way he's playing right now, we need to put him in the starting lineup. I don't know who we would put him in for, though. That's the only thing. Grossman, maybe? I mean, Grossman's a veteran, so I understand why he's on the starting roster, but he's been terrible this year. He just finally got his first hit of the season in the 5th game of the year today. Like, that's how rough of a start he's had. So I'd probably say we should put him in over Grossman.
Got one peeking outside. Clear high, bud.
Grossman is one of the older guys on the team. We just signed him to a 1-year deal this offseason. We've been signing like those veterans to 1-year deals. We did it with Scoop last year, and then we re-signed him to another year. And then who else we have last year? CJ Crone. We did the same thing with him, but then we let him go. I forget who it was the year before. Oh, we got Wilson Ramos this year too on a 1-year deal to catch for us. It is Masters week.
Got one up top.
I'm off Thursday, so I'm definitely gonna watch as much as I can there until we stream, and then well, it's first round, so I guess it'll be over before we stream anyway. So I'm definitely gonna watch that. And I gotta work Friday, and then the NASCAR race is Saturday, but I gotta work anyway every day. Then I'm off Sunday with the NASCAR race being on Saturday night. You can bet I'll be watching as much of the Masters as I can. Well, see, the thing is, too, is I'm going to the Indians and Tigers game this weekend in Cleveland, and that's a 1 o'clock game. So I'll still catch the end of the Masters by the time I get home, but I'm probably only going to catch maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours of golf on Sunday. It'll be the closing part of the round. DB Forever 85, welcome to the stream. Ozzy Albies hasn't gotten a hit this season. That's tough. Wasn't he a rookie last year? Or was it the year before? So, hey, it could be a sophomore slump. That happens. All sports. This is a massive green flag run. The only other thing that I can think of that could work in Schneider's favor is there were a lot of drivers that did not pit during that last caution. They're going to have to pit well before everybody else that pitted during the caution. And everybody that pitted can make it to about 20 to 25 to go. Maybe Schneider can make up spots there. The only thing is he's 4 laps down versus the next closest car to him on the track is 2 laps down. Which you can't gain 2 laps in pit stops at Phoenix during green flag conditions. It's a long pit road and it's only a 1 mile racetrack. So that's possible. Not very likely. Austin Cindric has just gotten to the lead once again in lap traffic, and everybody who has led today has been a driver who has not won a race yet this season. Cindric, Hemrick, Harrison Burton, Noah Gregson, Justin Haley as well. Those are the 5 drivers who lead a lap. Wasn't a rookie last year, it's his 3rd or 4th. Yeah, probably 3rd then. He must have been a sophomore.
Got one outside.
In a sophomore season last year. Yeah, because it would have been when they last played a full season, is what I'm thinking. What up, Joey Logano fan? Man, we still got... This is when the races really feel long, is when you're just logging in laps. It's sad that we've had to do this twice already this year. Excuse me. This is such a long green flag run that there's a possibility Schneider could actually lose 2 laps during this green flag run alone. Which I guess he did back in stage 1. Problem is he's got fresher tires than Cindric. Cindric's still catching him. It's also how fast Cindric is out in front though too. He just passed a couple of drivers that had fresher tires than him. Jeremy Clements and Daniel Hemrick to get back to the lead. Lap traffic is obviously that big factor of it. Alabama this week. Yeah, from what I've heard, the course conditions are going to be a lot tougher than what they were when they played in November. I'd imagine it's probably going to be a little bit warmer. And that alone is already going to quicken the greens. That could be as soft. They can't quite play as aggressively. I guess that would technically be his rookie season if he played 60 games. I'm trying to think in the MLB like what it is to qualify for the rookie of the year. I think you have to have like a third of the team's at-bats or something, or not a third of the team's at-bats. Like, it's really weird. It's like the total at-bats, I think, or no, it's innings played. That's what it is. You have to have a third of the innings played to qualify for the rookie of the year race. Third of the team's innings played on the course of the season. So it's not really factored on games. I knew at-bats didn't sound right. It's a third of the innings played.
Car high, careful there. All right, you're clear.
He's still closing. About 3/4 of a straightaway behind Schneider to try and put him another lap down. $38 laps to go at the line now for Austin Cindric. Him as well as the rest of the leaders are going to have to pit really soon.
Got a car coming inside now. Clear all around there.
Again, exactly how soon will it be? Sanders had 2 untimely cautions today. He had 2 very timely cautions yesterday at Fontana. Maybe he can get bailed out with 1 late in the race if he can even outlast some of the guys that pitted at the same time he did in this stage. And we've only had 3 cautions total for incident all day long. And we will be running Atlanta tonight. Might be a little, hopefully it's not too late, but we will be running Atlanta tonight. 250-mile race. We'll leave 163 laps total. I've been ready for this thing to be over since we went 3 laps down. The first time we went 3 laps down. The second time just made it even worse. It's just the bad timely cautions. Like, if it would have actually stayed green, at least we'd have other guys on the same lap as us, but the caution came out immediately after we got past both times, so that's why we're 2 extra lap downs compared to anybody even close to us. Well, I guess it's only 1 now. Finch and Howard and a lot of the guys at the back have gone 3 laps down, but it's about to be 2 again because Austin Cindric, with just 34 laps to go now, is less than a half a straightaway behind the 99 of Schneider. Might see Jeffrey Earnhardt trying to get away. I know Sieg's on the lead lap, but I'm not sure if Jeffrey Earnhardt's already a lap down or not. Atlanta could be the best finish. 6th place is going to be tough to beat, but we'll give it a run. Definitely stay tuned for that. Schneider's got to block everybody now because Cindric is caught up to the back bumper of, oh boy, Jeffrey Earnhardt and Ryan Sieg. Cindric goes 3 wide to the inside to get around both of them, and now he's on the back bumper of Schneider off turn 2. Schneider just wants Cindric to pit right now.
Outside.
Schneider slid so much into the corner, and now they're 3 wide again with Cindric right there. Sieg's got to run on the high side. Not as much of a run in the middle for Jeffrey Earnhardt. Schneider tries to side draft and pull back from 39. Cindric looks high now on Schneider in the 99. Schneider gasses it up. Justin Haley to the inside. He comes to pit road. Cindric stays on the racetrack. The green flag pit stops are starting with Justin Haley. Schneider trying to side draft in 22. Not going to do much. Hopefully Cindric just comes to pit road this lap. Schneider's now 5 laps down. Cindric's going to have to pit soon. And it looks like he's pitting this time. Cindric will come to pit road. Schneider will be 4 laps down again, and this is the advantage to try and make up laps here. And this will give the race lead back to Daniel Hemrick. Hopefully we go at least a few laps to get some of these other guys a couple laps down again.
Watch that car in front of you. He's slowing down. He's going to be pitting.
I'll tell you what, if we get a win in the Xfinity Series this early in the season, I know it's Atlanta, but still, we're still not that competitive. 85 engine power would be nice, but we're still going to be at 80 on the suspension and aero. And we're going to have a very slow pit crew as well. I could upgrade the pit crew for the next race, knowing that we might have a chance at Atlanta. There's going to be a lot of pit stops, so we're probably going to have a fast pit crew. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think we're going to try to go all in for Atlanta, get the best finish possible, and then hope that we get enough money from the race winnings. Boy, Schneider just about took out the inside wall getting into turn 3. Car slid extra sideways that time. They could take right side tires only and make it to the end. The left side still have over half wear left. Stuck on the outside in turns 1 and 2 with the 0 of Jeffrey Earnhardt down on the bottom underneath him. Slides into the corner. Can't even cross over Jeffrey Earnhardt though. Jeffrey gets a better run off turn 4. Daniel Hemrick is on the same lap tires that Schneider is. And now he's less than a half a straightaway behind. Jeffrey Earnhardt passed Keegan Schneider, but now Earnhardt seemingly holding Schneider up again.
Still there?
I think Alex LeBay has dropped the cylinder. Doesn't look like there's a caution, but I believe he might be out of the race. Or he just pitted and everything's cycling through right now, one or the other. Probably what it is, because Riley Herbst is not far behind him as well. These guys are both showing 4 laps down.
Still there? You're all clear up top there.
Hemrick trying to block Herbst who has fresher tires. Schneider's trying to block Hemrick.
All right, you're clear.
Schneider drives it deep into turns 1 and 2. Trying to undercut it as much as possible.
Gotta take care of the tires. Outside. You got room. You're clear.
Trying to remain 4 laps down in case we get a caution. Oh, man, barely up high to block Hemrick off turn 4. Trying to keep himself on the same lap. There's a lot of the field here. More green flag pit stops going on. Joe Nemechek's on pit road. Schneider slides into turns 3 and 4. Stays in front of Hemrick still. And underneath Riley Herbst. Herbst caught behind the 13 of Chad Fincham. Hemrick going to get to the outside of Schneider. Into turns 1 and 2. Schneider, though, underneath of Fincham and Herbst 3 wide. Alex Abay trying to get an extra lap back now from Hemrick as well. He's got to run on the top side. Schneider is racing hard with Daniel Hemrick, and this is probably costing Hemrick a good chance at the lead. I think that's Brandon Jones for position. He's catching up a little bit as well. Schneider's lost Hendrick for the moment.
Got one up top.
Hemrick, excuse me.
Easy on those tires, driver.
A lot of cars a lap down. Haley already pitted, but he's the first driver 1 lap down. At least 1, maybe even 2.
Outside, outside.
Hemrick's still stuck on the outside lane, though, with really nowhere to go. Schneider's digging still. He's trying to do whatever he can. Both right sides under 20%. It's causing the car to slide even more. Pearson Burton also on fresher tires, trying to get back on the lead lap. Along with Haley, Brandon Jones trying to go for the lead on Daniel Hemrick.
Hold your line. Got one outside.
Schneider way to the bottom, slides up the track a little bit now. 3 wide off the exit of turn 2. Brandon Jones sandwiched in the middle. Haley around the bottom. Jones around the bottom as well. And Jones is actually 2 laps down and not 1 lap down. So he's another one of the drivers on fresh tires that have already pit. Harrison Burton 3 wide to the inside of Obey and Hemrick. Tell it's late in the race because Hemrick is not getting through this lap traffic well at all. Schneider's actually pulling closer to him, but Hemrick finally is going to get to the inside of Jeffrey Earnhardt. Oh, Schneider into the side of Cindric. And Clements couldn't check up and got into the back of Schneider as well. And that's going to cost him more time to get to Hemrick. Oh, maybe. Heavier lap traffic further up ahead again. "17 laps to go at Phoenix." Emmerich in that group of cars up there. Schneider's also got to watch that right front tire. He doesn't want to blow it to the end. Though he's really got nothing to lose anyway.
Got one down low now. See if we can manage our tire wear a little, all right?
Ooh, contact with Clements.
Got one inside. Road clear. Got one outside now.
Yeah, if everything cycles through under green, it's going to be very interesting to see who's going to come out with the lead. Schneider slides the tires again into turns 1 and 2. A little contact. I think Haley tried to move one of the lap cars out of the way.
Car on the outside now.
15 laps to go, and Keegan Schneider's going to hit pit road. First green flag stop of the day.
We're going to need those tires to last, driver.
He's got a car underneath him who's also coming to pit road, Jeffrey Earnhardt.
Speed, driver.
Good job not speeding that time. Right side tires only here for Schneider, and he's only going to take a half can of fuel, just enough to fill it up and get to the end. Going to put another half around a wedge in the car to help tighten it up with taking right sides only, because that will loosen the race car up. So slight adjustments here for the finish of the race. And even right sides only, and a half a can of fuel is still an 11-second stop at this slow picker. So definitely going to hopefully try to upgrade the pit crew going into Atlanta in the next race. Jeremy Clements is on pit road, was able to lead for a lap. It looks like Hemrick back out in front. I think he got around Hemrick with the lap traffic. He's going to stand out a little longer than Schneider. Schneider taking right sides only. I wonder if Schneider can cycle back ahead of him. Well, you'd have to imagine the other drivers who pitted before him were going to cycle back ahead anyway. He should get one lap back, and is likely going to finish this race 5 laps down. That's what it's looking like.
All right, he's waving you off in front. He's pitting this time.
Yeah, so Hemrick's on pit road. Moment of truth, who is going to win at Phoenix? Very likely we're going to get 4 different winners in the first 4 races of the season. Not good for these drivers that were looking to get a win, because they might need 2. Especially if they are backmarker cars or underdog drivers. You know they're not going to have the points that some of these bigger teams are going to have. Harrison Burton to the lead. At the line, just north of 10 laps to go. Oh, Schneider clips the wall into turn 3. He's been close to doing that all day. That's the first time he did it, though.
Car on the outside now.
Look at Clements on those fresh tires.
Car there on the inside.
Him and Hemrick on fresher tires. Really everybody blowing by Schneider right now on those fresher Goodyears. Hemrick even cycled behind Clements, who hit a lap before Hemrick. But can anybody catch Harrison Burton in lap traffic? We know Austin Cindric's close.
Get inside now. Time to go.
It's probably going to be the battle for the win.
Hold your line.
Schneider is back to 5 laps down currently. He's actually got a set and a half of tires left. He's really conserved his tires well, but it was all for naught. He's about 16 seconds behind Colby Howard, so I guess if we got another caution, Schneider could take 4 tires and maybe have a shot at Howard and maybe pinch him for position and maybe pass another driver because of a DNF as well. So maybe we're talking 31st, but this is likely looking like it's going to be the worst finish of the season for Schneider. But he's going to make it to the end of the race, which means he's going to, even with 34th place finish, going to be 2 spots ahead. Oh, he almost hit the inside wall getting into turn 3. Car shot all the way up the track. Taking the right sides only, even with putting a half a round of wedge in the race car, is really making this car slide everywhere around the racetrack. Still trying to make it to the end. He needs every point possible, even if it's just a 2. We have more drivers pitting, by the way. Jeff Green just hit pit road. There are a lot of pit stops going on for some other drivers. Maybe a lot of the lap cars who haven't pit yet late in this race.
You got room. You're clear there.
I keep sliding around like this. He's going to lose another lap to Harrison Burton. Should easily lose another lap. Jeff Green coming out of the pits. Kind of checked up a little bit extra just in case. Josh Williams right on by. And he's going to try to hang on in front of Harrison Burton right now. And Schneider's going to be a tough car to pass here for Burton. And Austin Cindric, Michael Annett not far behind the 20 of Harrison Burton. If Annette's on the lead lap, Schneider would rather prefer Annett to win because he is already a winner this season. Side by side off turn 2, Burton made quick work of Schneider to the outside. Schneider's going to go 6 laps down. He's going to let the rest of the leaders race, and he's going to let Cindric go to the bottom. We'll see.
Car there on the inside.
Michael Annett is in 3rd, lets him go as well. So still a 3-car battle for the win here late.
Hold your line. Got 1 outside.
Justin Haley's back there at 4th, but he's quite a ways behind the rest of the leaders. Again, Schneider's 6 laps down, so we only have 3 laps to go. And Cindric is maybe a second, a little less than a second off the race lead from Harrison Burton. Burton's got about 4 more lap cars, not too much further ahead of him. So letting the leaders race. Gonna let Haley go to the outside here pretty quickly. Wants to get in the mix in case something happens. Really, remember, Stoll stage 1 away from Gregson after Gregson blew an engine while leading. 2 laps to go.
Inside. You got room. You're clear there. Inside. Clear low there.
What a run by Jeff Green today. Fifth spot. Saw he was in fifth earlier as well. Looks like he's going to finish off in the top 5. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. I only said that because we're driving the Credit One Bank car.
Got 1 up top.
I forgot to do it the first 3 races with this car, so maybe going forward I'll try to remember it. Into turns 3 and 4 one final time. Checker flag is in the air, and Harrison Burton is going to win at Phoenix, his first win of the season. 4 different winners now in the first 4 races. 2 of them for Joe Gibbs Racing, matching with Brandon Jones. Finally get to the end of the race as Schneider finishes 34th, 6 laps down. Not as many laps down as Vegas, but it's our worst finish of the year because at least at Vegas we finished 32nd. So a career worst for Schneider today. And we'll take a look at the top 10. 12 drivers finished on the lead lap. Again, Harrison Burton with the victory. Austin Cindric, who won Stage 2, finished 2nd. Michael Annett 3rd. Haley, who won Stage 1, finishes 4th. Jeff Green with a miracle run rounds out the top 5. Justin Allgaier 6th. Ray Black Jr. 7th. Chase Briscoe 8th. Jeremy Clements 9th. And Daniel Heinrich rounds out the top 10. Pit strategy did not work for Clements and Hemrick there. They were hoping for a late caution, didn't get one. But they did lead some laps with the strategy and still got a top 10. There's our payout for this race. Over $50,000 despite finishing 34th, and we're back outside the top 10 points. We're going to be 8 points behind C, who's had an abysmal start to the year. That team, much like in real life, has just not been on it this year. And Harrison Burton will now take over the points lead after today's race at Phoenix. And we got 4 different winners, all in the top 5 in points anyway. We only got 8 spots left for the playoffs, so we need to get a win if we can have a chance to. I don't know how we're going to be at Atlanta, or at Atlanta. We might have to wait for Dega and a couple races after that, who knows. Hemrick did lead the most laps, 49 laps led, leading most of them late in the race. Yeah, I'll have to grab something to eat real quick, and then we'll end up racing at Atlanta. Actually, I'll probably just eat when I'm done because all right, 52 grand. Hopefully we could upgrade the pit crew. Hopefully we saved sloppy driving. How was that sloppy driving? I ran a very clean race, thank you very much. Like, for the most part. I kept it off of everybody. I ran a clean race. Is it because I was slow? Like, that's not sloppy driving. I consider sloppy driving like you're banging it into the wall a lot. Like, Daytona was kind of sloppy driving at the end of the race. I agree with that, but we hit the inside wall once. Didn't hit it hard. Whatever. And, yeah, we already know we failed our contract incentive, so we got to sign a new contract incentive bonus here with Credit One Bank. 2 top 10s in 3 races. Why are they giving us such hard statistics that we're probably not going to get? We couldn't even get 4 top 25s. And unless that's not even enough money to bargain. 2 top 15s is going to be hard. But that's only giving us $16,000. Yeah, we might get a top 10 at Atlanta, but I don't think we're getting one at Homestead or Texas. Unless we get some luck like we did at Fontana. We're going to have to go with it because these two just don't pay enough. It's not worth our time. And I don't even think we're going to get 2 top 15s anyway. Quite honestly. Guess we'll go 2 top 10s. And they're giving us less money than what it would have been for 4 top 25s. What is this? I think Credit One Bank's gouging us. They're gouging us. Whoops. Joe Burrow's working on Super Speedway chassis. Got William Scott there. Upgrade departments. We can upgrade the speed to I don't think we should do that. Should we upgrade the accuracy? Well, that's not going to do much. Oh, man. I think we should just wait on the pit crew. I was going to upgrade the pit crew, but that was only if I was going to be able to upgrade both, and I could only upgrade speed or accuracy, so we're just going to save for 180 grand and get to that 85 on the Aero. Or a short track chassis, because we got some short tracks coming up. We got Bristol. I don't think we go to Martinsville early in the season. So after Bristol, we don't have a short track for a while after that. And we still got 4 races till Bristol. So never mind. I guess I'm not going to spend anything in the shop this week. But indeed, 85 on the Aero. 85 on the engine, 80 on the Aero, 80 on the suspension. It's going to be our fastest car in the Xfinity series so far. So that'd be about an 82 or an 83 overall car. 82 and a half, I guess, technically. So if you round up, it's an 83. So we'll go 83 overall car for the next race at Atlanta. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. I will see you guys in a couple minutes. It's going to be a fun one. We'll see what we can do. 250 miles for the Echo Park. 250 at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Can we pull off a miracle? Find out. Again, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in a couple minutes.